Hey y'all, it's Lindsay with the Fiber Seed, and it is WIP Wednesday where I share what I've been working on, which are some things. I also have some fiber finds to share with you, so stick around. Anyway, what have I been up to? Well, on the way to YarnCon, I was supposed to finish my sweater, and I almost did. I was right at the bind off, and then I had to set up for YarnCon. So I worked on the bind off for the rest of my free time on the trip. So what are you talking about, my bind off? So I made an Ankers Summer Shirt. It's so fancy, that's the back. By PetiteKnit using Aisling Yarns BFL DK. And here's where I am on this. I am literally on a sleeve. Fun fact, these are the wrong size needles. I don't know what I was thinking. I have 7s in there and they needed a 6. So I put these on the needles that I had. But I have my 6s in a bag. I need to go grab them after I finish recording this and put them on the proper size because I do have about that much of a sleeve to put on the edge of this guy here. But then I'm done because I'm almost done. Anyway, I'll have that. But I did enough that I got off my 16-inch needles and onto the body-sized needles to make my other Ankers Summer Shirt by PetiteKnit using Rise and Shine and DK. So this is how far I've gotten on the way back from YarnCon. I got this far. I am now at the portion I'm not splitting for the sleeves yet, but I am putting in markers and doing raglan increases for the sleeves. And I didn't have all of my markers with me yesterday when I was at gymnastics with Penelope, so I did not get any further than making sure that I had the right amount of stitches, which is actually very challenging to do when you're just sitting there at gymnastics. But I did it. Yes. Today was a good day also. Still is a good day. I did not spill my coffee today. I held on to it properly and it didn't slip out because there's a slight, now I say this now, but there was a slight bit of moisture in the air the past few days, so my hands were not dry. It's fantastic. Anyway, what else? What else have I been working on? 1, 2 swatches. That's not how you count, by the way. But I made swatches because this Friday, April's color of the month comes out and it is called Manatee Bay. Did I name it? No, but literally I said, this is what this color is coming into my mind. And Reese goes, Manatee Bay. Like, I didn't tell him anything yet. And he says, Manatee Bay. And I'm like, Reese, I was literally thinking about the springs and stand-up paddleboarding on the different rivers and bays and all that stuff, and just the underwater activity that you get to see when you can snorkel and everything. Anyway, this is what it looks like. Knit up and crocheted up. The colors on this, okay? This is not necessarily, this light color is not necessarily, it's green. It's a very pale teal aqua color. And then you've got greens in here, the Pine Grove green, and these blues, this rich blue, which is a mixture of aqua and blue. Love it. And then there's little speckles of red and purple and yellow for the different fish and colors that you can find underwater, which sounds really weird, but it's true. Weird, but true. Anyway, this is a crochet one. So there's double crochets, halves, and single crochets. So it does change the patterning a bit when you start to change the stitch height. But that's, most kaleidoscopes will work up like that. So that's what, and then there's purples in here too, but like as a pour, not as speckles. So that's what it looks like that. That's what what it looks like in a cake. See the speckles? They're so fun. And then this is what it looks like on sock. So this is the purple here, and this is, I picked colors that don't like being photographed together or recorded or whatever you want to say. So this is that lovely blue aqua mixture. And see, now you can see here better that it's not necessarily a green, it's more that aqua teal. And the green down here, which is a blue green, not a yellow green. So there's the sock, DK, and worsted. Okay, so that is Manatee Bay. It comes out this Friday at noon Eastern, and I'm excited about that. Also excited about something. I'm going to let you in on a sneak. I have a pattern I wrote that I need to test to get pictures because they're not there. but it is a stripy sock, and I'm going to be using navy and lake blue for my pictures so you can see what's going on with it. But it's going to be in an update as part of a kit. So if you are not on our newsletter, you're going to want to be, because I'm going to have sock sets that are multicolors. And if you've been around for a little while, that doesn't happen because I don't normally do that. But yes. So, and that stripy sock will be part of the fun. Anyway, what else? Oh, so I haven't started it yet, but this kind of like segues into it. I had fiber finds at YarnCon because fiber show, why not? But we'll talk about this first because it goes along with a WIP that is not currently, but is a WIP because we already started working on it. I'm going to make the kids Fair Isle socks for hiking because this is something that has come into our purview of they enjoy, and we're going to start doing now that it's getting warmer. Sans the last 2 days because it's been cold and I had to get my jacket out again. I did not like that, but it is going to warm up and then we're going to go hiking. So the last time I saw Fangirl Fibers, they got a PetiteKnit Co. doodle deck, and it was camping, which also has hiking stuff in it, right? So I got her Feels Like Home colorway, and I also have a doodle deck that goes along with it. So I've got the pattern, and I got another one of these this weekend because, to go with this, because I'm going to make the kids matching socks. And so what I'm going to do is this is going to be the main body, and then I'm going to use those colors to make their patterning for what they end up picking. So Penelope hasn't come and picked it up yet, but I've got the camping trees, and then I have them in order. Then the bear, and then the map and backpack. That's what Reese has picked out for his. I'm going to put on the cuff of his sock, and then Penelope will pick out what she wants. And there are so many options in here. I mean, I'm not going to show them to you because they're also patterns, but these are all patterns, you know. So it ranges from like s'mores to hot dogs. Reese wanted ketchup and mustard bottles, but I'm like, dude, there's no like hot dog on your sock, which there's a hot dog pattern in here. But he didn't pick it, and I'm like, this is for hiking, not camping. Maybe I'll make a set of camping socks for you. And you can put the hot dogs and the mustard and ketchup squirt bottles on that one. So anyway, I'm going to have fun with that with the kids. I picked up, my niece only eats dino nuggets. Like, that's the only meat she will eat. And she had this, Emily at Fangirl had this on her table of stickers. So I got this for my niece. I also got some YarnCon swag. I got some stickers and a button, but I've already distributed those to the kids. This is for me. And then I saw, that's what fell. I saw at Brick House Fiber Arts, they had needles, but I didn't know what was cool about them until I talked to my friend Tara, and she was like, let me tell you, because she had them in her hand. They're hexagonal needles. Yes, I said hexagonal. We've seen the triangular, we've seen the square ones. These are hexagonal. So I got myself, they're called Biggie Smalls because one of the needles is a little bit longer than the other one. So I'm going to use these, they're size 1s, on my socks. Yes, so I'm going to see how that goes. And then I got myself, because I have come to the attention of myself that I use a lot of size 6 needles. So I got myself some size 6 needles in the 24-inch, and these are called the Average Joes. So they have a really nice cable on them. It looks like it's a nylon coated cord. So I'm excited about the fact that these aren't going to snag, and they've got the ergonomic handling. So I think it tells you don't dance with your needles on the back. So that's fun. But that's what I got there. And then, I'm not done yet. Mochi Mochi was there. If you don't know who that is, if you've ever seen these tiny, like, stop motion video things. This is Mochi Mochi from Anna Krachevek. I really hope I said that right. Anyway, so I got this because I literally went through this book and with each one I video chatted with my kids and they were just cracking up because they absolutely loved all the little tiny, I mean, these are like 1 to 2 inch things. Little knitted. Guys, there's a hot dog. See, I'll make Reese one of those. But she also had kits. And so what I did was I got this kit for Narwhal. Follow me here. I got this and I'm not going to put the horn on it, although narwhals are super cute and I have nothing against them. But if I take that horn off and I modify the muzzle a little bit, because there isn't really one there, but if I add, I know how to do that. To modify the muzzle, I'm going to make it into, because it looks otherwise like a manatee. And so what I was going to do, because these are literally, I think they're only like that big, 2 inches possibly from nose to tail, okay? I'm going to make, because you can get 2 out of this kit, yeah? I'm going to make one for me and one for Reese. So when I go traveling, he's got one and I've got one. And then this one's bigger because I think that's done out of sock yarn. This one's done out, I think, DK weight. Unicorn. And it's a unicorn. I'm making a unicorn. This makes 2 unicorns. And so this one is almost 4. So it's going to be like this. It's going to be a bigger Mochi Mochi. But yeah, I'm making this one for Penelope. And she'll have a unicorn and I'll have a unicorn. So I'm going to have the traveling manatee and unicorn. And I'm going to take pictures with them to the places that we go. And so if we see something cool, I'll take a picture of them being at that place. So that it was like they were there too. So those are my plans with that. Those are the things that I found at YarnCon. It was so much fun meeting all the new people and all the projects y'all had planned. It was really cool and I can't wait to see them come to life. But yeah, that's all the stuff I've gotten into. Will I finish? This is like the cliffhanger. Will I finish this in time for Easter? I have no idea. We're gonna go for it though. So yeah, because after I have the increases, then it goes into split for the body. Out the door I'm going because it's just stockinette, and I can cruise on that. So maybe I'll have it done. That gives me a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I think we're gonna go with a week and a half. That way I panic knit because that's fun. Just kidding. Anyway, that is all for now. So until next time, happy crafting.